Hi, I'm Donna Gates with Body Ecology. I wrote the Body Ecology diet a couple of decades ago. It's a bestseller after all these years. I also created the Body Ecology way of life. And for many, many years, I've been teaching people how to eat a plant-based diet. One of our principles says that you need to eat a lot of vegetables in your diet, like 80% vegetables. 20% can be protein, animal protein, vegetarian protein, but you want a lot of vegetables in your diet to be healthy. I started teaching people about fermenting vegetables a long time ago, and today a lot of people use the term sauerkraut. I don't use that term anymore because people back in those days would go into the store and they would buy this jar of cabbage that had been fermented, but it was also pasteurized and had a lot of salt, and it really was pickled more than it was fermented. Fermentation means has lots of wonderful bacteria that bring in a tremendous diversity into your gut to create a healthy gut. So the secret to making a really, really healthy product, food for you is actually to ferment a lot of different vegetables. So I want to talk a little bit more about that later. What I really want to do right now is introduce you to this great new machine called the Veggie Bullet. This machine is going to make it really easy for you to get a lot more vegetables into your diet. And there's so many things you can do with this machine. It does shred vegetables beautifully for making fermented vegetables. And by the way, I want to just point out that when you ferment a lot of vegetables, you're going to get much more nutrition than you would if you just fermented cabbage into sauerkraut, because all the different vegetables have their own unique nutrients. They also have their own unique set of microbes growing on them, and you're bringing in all that wisdom of nature and fermenting that and eating that, and that's making a huge difference in your health. So I want to teach you about the Veggie Bullet, how it works. It's so well made. That's one of the best things about it is it's well made, but it's also all the things you can do with it are amazing. You can shred, you can slice, you can even shred and slice meat, believe it or not, or eggs or chicken. So I just was rather surprised to learn that you could do all that, but mostly to me its value is in vegetables. Now, a lot of people today are eating out, and I've noticed that a tremendous number of people have gut infections these days, like SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. They're getting bacteria up in the small intestine where it's not supposed to be. That bacteria could be pathogenic, and a very common cause of that is eating out in restaurants, which so many people are doing today. So if you eat at home, you're going to have much more nutritionally balanced meals, but also you can control the cleanliness of your food. By the way, years ago, I purchased a Roku, which is a shredding machine, a chopping machine that they use in restaurants. I paid over $1,500 for that machine, and I had trouble with it all the time. It didn't work very well for me. The Veggie Bullet is 10 times cheaper and works better than the $1,500 Roku. Now, one of the things I love about this Veggie Bullet is how easy it is and what an amazing time saver it is. Years ago, when people were learning to make the cultured vegetables, they tried to find shortcuts basically, and some people would use a mandolin. Most people used the food processor, and I certainly did. The problem with the food processor is that you fill up the bowl and you have to stop, empty it out, clean it, put the blade back in and start over again. So it would take quite a while to chop up, say, 3 or 4 heads of cabbage and shred them. Now, this wonderful Veggie Bullet saves you a huge amount of time. And I just want to show you how it works and why it works and some of the things you can do with it. First of all, you'll notice that there are 2 different bowls that come with your Veggie Bullet. One is for shredding, and so it has a chute out the side. They call it a shooter, actually. And the other one is for spiralizing, which a lot of people are into spiralizing their vegetables today. So I'm going to take it apart and show you how it works. Amazingly easy to do. It has a top and it has this piece. What's very cool about this top piece is that it goes in, it's a pusher, so you're going to use it when you're pushing your vegetables down, but it has this centerpiece that you can take out with a little small hole. So there are things that are small, like a carrot or a daikon, or I'll actually take collard greens and roll them up, kale too, stack them up, roll them up real tightly, and push that down through the top of this. Now, I don't do that so much when I'm spiralizing, but I definitely do it more when I'm shredding. This is the shredding device. So here we go. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see. By the way, it has very strong feet that grip to your countertop, so it's not going to be jumping around. So the spiralizer bowl actually is in two pieces. I'm going to pick this up and show you. It has the smaller bowl that fits down into the bigger bowl, and the smaller bowl actually has these notches in it. Kind of reminds me of the top of a castle. But you put the small bowl down into the big bowl, and then this shredding, this is the spiralizing blade, so it's going to fit down right into the notches here, and you're ready to spiralize. Now, in order to put this all together, though, the first thing you want to do is set this down. Now, there happen to be two little notches on the side, or little icons actually, that are going to match icons right here in the top. And so I'm going to match those up, and then the bowl falls right into place. It should anyway, it always does. And then you turn it to the right if you are going to lock it into place. If you want to open it and take it off, you need to turn it counterclockwise, turn it to the left. So right clockwise locks it into place, counterclockwise left unlocks it into place. So we're going to take it off, match up the icon again, and click it into place. Now, once it's in place, you can put on your other pieces. So I'm going to put on the I'm going to put in the blade on the very top, and then I put on the lid. Now the lid, I love, just again, this is so well made. You take this little knot, this little I guess you call it a lever or whatever, this little piece right here fits down into this pin. So you push the pin in, lock that on, and lower this. Now when this gets down, this latch right here is going to fit right into it, and you're going to push it down. It's ready to go. Plug it in at this point. Don't have it plugged in while you're assembling it, but plug it in, and you start taking whatever you want to spiralize. So an example of some of the things that you can spiralize might be, say, sweet potato or a regular type of potato, red skin potato. You could spiralize zucchini, yellow squash, for example. And what I do a lot of times is, especially do often with zucchini and yellow squash, is spiralize them, steam them, or saute them in a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil, and then put a sauce on them, and people love that. So this is your spiralizing part. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually take this off. Remember, by turning it to the left, we lift this off. And now we're going to do the same thing with the other piece, which is for shredding and slicing. And its blade is different. It's a stainless steel blade to begin with, and it has two different sides. And if you turn it on one side, it's going to slice. If you turn it on the other side, it's going to shred. And then it also has another little piece that, just a disc that fits down in the middle. So again, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to match up your icons, and this falls right into place. Click it, lock it by clicking it to the right. I'm going to drop down this disc, and then I'm ready to put on my blade. So let's say I want to slice. I'm going to turn it this way. Again, be sure you use these little holes that are provided right here to grab it and put it right down so that you don't cut yourself. They are very sharp. Now, this whole entire thing is so much fun to do with children. But again, you want to be careful with the blades if you're working with children or when you're washing the machine. All of the top pieces go into the dishwasher. Of course, the base doesn't. You don't want to put that in water. And we're going to, once again, use this little hinge, lock it into the pin, and then it slips down. And then if it doesn't lock real easily and doesn't just drop down, then you don't have your this piece right here on properly. So I've got it into place. I'm going to latch it with my latch, and I'm ready to go. And I'm ready now to slice different kind of vegetables. Like one of the things I actually love to do is make a chopped salad, because if you cut your vegetables really thin, or chop them even in the shredding part, you will, it's much easier to digest. Unfortunately, we are not good chewers today, and most of us don't chew the lettuce and the veggies in our salad. So a chopped salad is a great thing to do, and this saves you so much time.